Partisani, they were from my generation mostly, from my class, you know. So, but real partisani really started to be active after we left, when it's second time Soviet Union occupied. So then it was they went to the forests. Of course, if you know, I would have gone if it would stayed. I wouldn't. I'm sure I would be in the forest.
So you had the four Andrijauskas brothers, and they all were involved in the 1863 uprising, which did not push the Russians out of Lithuania. And after that uprising, all four brothers, Andrijauskas brothers, were, as a punishment, sent to Siberia. One of the brothers even died in Siberia. They spent 10 years there. And when my great-great-grandfather returned from Siberia, by the manor, Shiraičių Manor, outside of Telšiai, at a crossroads there, he built what's called the Devil's Rock, Velnio Akmuo, which is basically this big stone with a cross coming out of it. And he did that to remember the suffering of the Andrijauskas family and what they went through during the 1863 uprising.
Visą laiką labai gaila, kad aš mergaitė, kad aš negaliu eiti pas partizanus gyventi.
We went to New York, a number of students from Lithuanian Student Association, and we founded, together with the Latvians and the Estonians, the Baltic Appeal to the UN. And that exists to this day. But we were one of the founding members, 1966, fall of 1966, September, October, thereabouts. I think I still have the first publication of it that shows all this, in a photograph, there's 30 or 40 of us or so. And that was, I think, very important. And that was part of the strength of the lobbying effort here in Canada, in Australia, in the western part of Europe, lobbying for the freedom of the Baltic states.
Probably 1976, 77, they were having a reception for Zbigniew Brzezinski, who at that time was going to become the national security advisor under Jimmy Carter in the first Carter, in the only Carter administration. And we were going through the receiving line, my wife and I, we were young, mid-20s, and so he was introduced, Mr. Brzezinski, Dr. Brzezinski, this is Mr. Volunis. Ah, Volunis, so you're Lithuanian. Yes, I'm Lithuanian. And unsolicited, out of nowhere, he says, Lithuania will never be free. Lithuania will never be free. I said, well, that might be your opinion. I didn't ask your opinion, Dr. Brzezinski.
Partisans who actually hold the Lithuanian country together, under the certain conditions, fighting, I would say even at that time it was a hopeless case, but it proved, that partisan movement was necessary just to keep the spirit of the free Lithuanians that one day will come when we will become the free again.
In Šiauliai, they invited a priest to bless Roko Maršas, and so he did. And it was really like this sort of thing hadn't happened before. And the next day, the organizers got a call from their higher up saying, "What are you guys doing? No more of this. If you do this again, we're shutting you down."
Oh wow!
So that was an interesting thing to me. And then that was right before Panevėžys. You remember in Panevėžys? Andrius Kulikauskas. They found out German TV was going to be in Panevėžys. So Andrius Kulikauskas made up a poster. He was from LA, another group from LA, and made up a poster basically saying Gorbachev equals Hitler. Lots of controversy because of just what had happened in Šiauliai. Now they thought, wow, if we show something like this, we really run the risk of, alienating our bosses wherever they are. But he was able to show it. They worked out a way that he was able to show it, and they basically made the point. They took advantage of perestroika and glasnost and said, we're heading towards democracy, and in a democracy, people are allowed to express their opinions, and this is the opinion of this gentleman.